Hey, do you guys see some of the new cards in the game but just don't have enough coins to afford them? Then look no further than AOAUE.com for some of the cheapest Madden 18 Ultimate Team coins in the game. The link to their site will be in the description down below. Make sure to check it out. Use code M619 at checkout for 5% off. So what's going on, guys? Mark here, and today we've got ourselves a bit more Madden NFL 19 news for Ultimate Team, and we've got a lot of things announced, including new ways to upgrade players like power-ups, except there is no power-up sets anymore. It's basically a whole new upgrade system that, in my opinion, is brought over from Madden Mobile, which is a good thing. And I think, and hopefully, I'm holding out hope that they can really hit this one on the net. Like, they've got so many new features for it. We'll go over it in just a second, but it is awesome, I will say that. We also have new info on solos, like Solo Weekend League, and we also have news on new squads, like new squad game modes, essentially, with solos playing against CPU. Just so much news that is interesting. Let's get right into it. So the first section in the article is going to be the player upgrades. Now, what I like about it is they do admit that yes, power-ups were good, but it was also flawed and it had a lot of problems, which they do admit in the actual article if you read through it. Now they've scaled back on it, so instead of going into a lot of sets, now they have themselves a new player upgrades UI, which is dope, and they show you in the actual picture right above. There's the new UI. It shows a tier 1 Le'Veon Bell that you can get to tier 2, which is 72 overall. Now, how to upgrade it, you're going to need training points. What are training points? Well, for instance, if you've got a bunch of players that you don't really use anymore and you don't want to use, instead of quick selling them or selling them, you can convert those players into training points. And it's just like in Madden Mobile, how they do it. Like, it's basically the same thing how they do it in Madden Mobile. Now, what they're saying is the big difference in MUT 19 is that you'll be able to downgrade and go backwards on players that you want to get out of. By doing so, you'll be refunded a portion of what you invested in that player. Let's dive into an example. The numbers used are completely hypothetical. Aaron Rodgers' base power-up, let's say, is 80 overall. You want to get to tier 1, 82 overall, it requires 100 training points. To get to 84 in tier 2, it requires 200 training points. Tier 3, 87 overall requires you have his 86 overall core elite. Again, they say this is hypothetical. Now, this is also big news. They say right here, in the example, you have acquired the base version of Aaron Rodgers' power-up. This item is auctionable / tradable up until the point where you invest 100 training points in him and reach tier 1. From there, put 200 training points more into him and reach tier 2, and finally, after acquiring his 86 overall elite, you place that into the power-up as well. If you want to go backwards and stop investing in Aaron Rodgers for whatever reason, you could choose to downgrade. When you downgrade from tier 3 to tier 2, you will get that core elite Aaron Rodgers back, and if that core elite was auctionable, this is important here, when you invested in him, he will return back as auctionable. Yes! Texas boy, somewhere Texas boy right now is smiling because he's got what he's always wanted, and that is to go backwards on tier ups or power ups. That's what he's always wanted. But they also have announced, and if you read in more into the article, I'll let you guys go more in depth, but I'm going to sum it up right here. What they also add in is that there are, besides team chemistries, no longer are there going to be chemistries already on the card, let's say like read and react and go deep. When you upgrade the players, you actually get to choose your chemistries, which is awesome because of the fact that now we can have more unique teams out there. Like you saw with how people are doing golden tickets, adding in the stupid chemistries. Well, let them do that because now you can then choose to add in, let's say, toughness, let's say go deep, red chems. Like you could do that. It's dope. I like that. Now we are going to see more and more unique teams in Ultimate Team with this and how they choose to do chemistries. I love it already. Again, I'm gonna let you guys go more in depth into the article if you want to read it again. The link will be in the description down below. It will also be in the comment section. It's gonna be the pinned comment down in the comment section. Solo battles is another feature they're added in. So it's basically going to be a solo sequence of 13 solo challenges per week that is basically going to be like Weekend League. You're going to complete those solo challenges. They're full games, 3 minutes each. You cannot restart them. You cannot go back. You can't replay them. The whole thing is just to score the best amount of points and the best results possible each and every single week. And the reward system is going to be similar to Weekend League, like they said, or how they say in the article. It's going to be similar to Weekend League. So again, I'll let you guys read into that. Now, they didn't release what the rewards are yet. We're going to learn more of that soon. as the coming weeks, you know, go by and we get closer to Madden 19 and its release date. Now, something I highlighted here in the article is that while you are playing against a CPU, the roster will be comprised of real-life MUT teams. That means if you are participating in MUT, you are potentially eligible to have your team chosen and represented in solo battles. That is awesome. So the community solo challenges are coming back with the way they're doing this. So each and every week they're going to be picking random MUT teams to be represented in the solo challenges. So hopefully one day, hopefully in Madden 19, if you guys are going to be getting it, your team will be chosen. I'm hoping for you. And also, now let's end the solo battles off with the actual schedule. It's going to be Monday, new solo battle week begins. The featured opponent plus first 4 games available. On Wednesday, the next 4 games become available. And on Friday, the last 4 games become available. Yes, that's a good schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Perfect schedule. It does work for me. Hopefully it works for everybody else. We also have squads challenges. Yeah, squads challenges. MUT Squads is returning next year. They didn't announce play with friends. In a sense, like, you know, 3 of your friends versus another 3 of your friends. They didn't announce that from what it seems like, from what I'm reading. But they have the ability to play against the CPU, so you and your friends can team up on challenges that will be mixed in various difficulties, playstyles, and even weather. They're going to be producing weekly challenges for and plan on continuously updating that throughout the year, which is great to hear and great to know. Because that was one of the biggest things about this year is they didn't really update MUT Squads, especially rewards. They didn't really do anything with it, which sucked. You're bringing a mode in. You want to have that constant updating. You want to have that constant support for it to show the fan base and the community that you have faith in the actual mode. Now, what's also cool about it is that weekly challenges, the squad challenges, you know, you can play with friends on a CPU, you can earn challenges, coin rewards. That is awesome. Again, I'll let you guys go a little bit more in depth in the article in the link down below. They also added in specialty positions. Now, one thing that's actually gotten, you know, that I've seen requested, and I also actually do like because I've wanted this, is when you're in the middle of the game, you know, if you want to, let's say, put someone in that you would normally have in a nickel formation, you have to go through the substitution packages. It can be annoying. For someone like me that doesn't really get in depth with that, it can be annoying at times because you want to use certain players, but you're just not quick enough and you're not used to it at times. Now, that's also on me that I should get a little bit better at it, and, you know, I'm lazy, but hey, neither here nor there. So what they did is now they go into example with the rush right and left end defensive ends, the rush defensive tackle, the slot cornerback, slot linebacker, power halfback, and slot wide receiver. And they say it right here. So for instance, instead of having to manually sub a defensive end down to defensive tackle out of nickel, just assign that player to your rush defensive tackle slot and he'll already be there every time you call a nickel defense. That again is awesome. Hopefully that works. That's going to be dope. They also took out a lot of the empty positions. Like they said, there's no reason for having like 5 kick and punt return slots. They took that out. It's now 25 slots on offense and 25 slots on defense that count towards chemistry. And here's the full breakdown of players that will count for chemistries as long as they're playing in that position. They also do say that since they're doing that and they're cutting out a lot of those positions, they're adding in more for those like chemistries to be built, that the tiers are going to require more players, I guess. So just to make up for it, which again is dope. But for right now, that's all we know. There's going to be more news coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below and what you're excited for the most out of this entire content blog. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to keep up to date on more Madden 19 news, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Take it easy, y'all. Have a safe one. Peace.